Hey, have I got a story for you tonight? I originally wanted to do Stellaris tonight, but the mods were taking forever to load and it kept crashing the game. So then I tried 7 Days to Die, which I thought would be fun, hunting zombies. But then that game also crashed as soon as I tried to leave the main menu. So then I finally decided to come back to Rimworld. You might recognize it because we did this during our special live event some time ago. But the Colonel had to do some prep work behind the scenes, and it took him a good couple of hours. So I hope you appreciate all that.
Hey, look at that. You got all 3 of us in there.
That was the original intent. That's what I wanted to do with our live event. Like I said, it took a lot of prep work.
Do I really look that edgy? I look like an emo teenager.
But at least you got my look close enough. At least I believe it's the best you could do with what you had to work with.
So who wants a beach resort?
I do. That sounds excellent.
So, why is it not happening then?
Short answer, resource gathering. We have to do all this ourselves.
Me gather resources? That's for my minions to handle.
But right now we don't have minions. We're on vacation, so just try to get comfortable, okay?
Of all my titanic strength, it is ironic then that it takes me so long to destroy the trees and harvest their resources.
That's funny. I haven't seen you harvest anything yet.
That's because I have future sight. I am describing events that have yet to unfold.
We already have a half-built shelter right next to us, so I think we should finish that one up and be very resourceful about it.
Do we really have to do all of this by hand? Where's that magic power?
Later, something nexus and game rules that I don't fully understand yet.
That explains why I can't yet shoot lightning.
A million dead peasants and all we got for it is just me spending 2 minutes punching trees. See, I told you I had future sight. I am punching the trees right now.
You goof. I swear you're making this up as you go along. I foresaw no such events. You're just saying this as you're doing it.
Watch your tongue, Palpy, or I shall.
Wait a minute. We're supposed to be friends here, remember? Now why aren't you helping me move all this stuff to storage?
Because I am the Emperor.
Yes, what he said.
Fine, if you want something done right, do it yourself. Geesh, alright, I get it. At least I look good in my power armor. I feel kinda sexy.
You know we're just friends, Scarlet.
It's not my fault my parents have the libido of bunny rabbits, and they pass it on to me because genetics. But that reminds me about some of the behind-the-scenes work that went on. The Colonel did his best to approximate the 3 of us canonically. Not that our audience may necessarily get to see every little detail, but he did his best.
Very good in trying to portray all of us in character.
There should be a bonus video in the description somewhere that will show some of what that looks like. Like I said, it's all behind-the-scenes stuff.
You know what, Palpy? I think you should play more.
Whatever are you talking about?
I don't know, just some pop-up in Rimworld said I gave you a thumbs down for some reason. I don't get it either.
Rimworld can be kind of random like that. Don't blame me. Blame whoever coded the thing.
Like, how the heck am I supposed to make a joke about power armor, for example?
Hey, my turn's next, right?
That is correct.
I want to go back to Psycho Liz in Oblivion.
Next time you can definitely do that. Just remember, this whole entire series is very much a when I feel like it sort of process. To all 20 of you out there, there's no telling when or if we'll pick back up on any of this. That said, I do know it's good to have a well-balanced life. You know, a little exercise here, a little creative work there, some time for sleep. You know, optimal living stuff.
Scarlet, I am so proud of you for taking such good care of yourself. I only wish most of the rest of the human population would heed your advice and follow your example. Lord knows I have tried very hard to convince them, but so many are too stubborn to change.
Maybe it's because I'm a literal sorcerer, but I always had problems sleeping through the night and waking up at normal office hours. Am I crazy?
Not at all, Palby. My sister and my father are both just like that. Night owls are a thing that exists, and modern society has not designed to accommodate them.
We need to create more jobs for the nocturnal, or at least other reasonable accommodations to give them a fair chance at becoming contributing members of society. Forcing them to work during normal office hours is cruel.
Blah. I'm struggling to build silly wooden walls. How can something so simple be so problematic?
I get it already. If you want something done right, do it yourself. But at least you're trying to pull your own weight.
No, not rain. I'm melting. I'm melting.
Yeah, I admit that was really funny.
Thank you guys. There. See, I did some hauling right there. I got to move the medicine out of the way.
You literally just picked it up and tossed it over your shoulder, barely 1 tile away.
But it still counts.
Yeah, I guess so. Just try harder, okay? Hold up for a second. The colonel wants to make a few adjustments.
So let me get this straight. Your father is this colonel you keep talking about, correct?
In a manner of speaking, yeah. But things get a little inconsistent when you account for the different planes of existence. On my plane, the colonel is the ultimate badass. But on a higher plane, he's just a guy who plays on his computer all day and night. No matter which one you're talking about, though, he's my role model.
One piece has come to my attention. And why shouldn't I strike it down right here and now?
Priorities, Palpy. It's more urgent to build a rudimentary base camp first.
Fair enough.
Why Rimworld specifically? What makes this so special to you, Scarlet?
Like I said, I just wanted something that's a little more relaxing for a change. Preferably something that would let me assert my dominance. And Rimworld was pretty good at doing all of those things.
I'm not going to lie. I don't mind a slower pace, but I understand if he is more impatient.
I have waited 1,000 eons for my turn, and I shall wait another 1,000 more if that's what it takes. I enjoyed the purging of the Xenos of Halo, and I wish to do more of that. But I understand it's your turn, so your choice. So then what relation is the player compared to the 3 of us on the ground?
I like to think of it more as a god roll, or that pencil from that Pencilmation cartoon. But that's only really true in a debug mode, which is not applicable on a permanent mode like this. Different people may have different answers, so the best I could give you is, I'm not sure.
What's an elite platform? I see it mentioned in the right-hand side, but I don't understand how a platform can be elite.
I did not pick that word choice. It has something to do with the way the ideology expansion is utilized. Again, the colonel did his best to approximate what we're like. Short answer is it's not important. Don't worry about that.
But I still think building beds and tables for eating would be important.
Yes, and that's what we're working on right now. I agree about the randomness of the conversation generator. I have no idea when I would want to talk about sandals, for example.
Well, some people wear sandals to the beach, and you were talking about making a beach resort over to the right.
Some beaches turn into landfills, and others have some very spiky things hiding underneath the sand.
Except, I kind of like the spiky things.
Wouldn't that hurt? And preventing that is what sandals are for?
Not if you enjoy the hurting. Now I'm craving. I need the tea!
Well, you're not going to find it here, Scarlet. We're just friends. What's so funny, Palpy?
8 equals D.
That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
When you type it out, you understand. You're welcome, Scarlet.
Yeah, I know. And I got 80,085 right here.
Your math jokes have gone over my head.
How does a Neanderthal like that become a god emperor?
Because you wanna know what's funny, Palpy? A few episodes ago, we were making fun of that Oblivion Emperor for being a nerd. Yet here the two of you are making math jokes.
It's not... Oh, forget it. You wouldn't understand.
I have decrypted the scribes of 1,000 Eldar witches, and yet your expressions of equations has still bamboozled me.
Ironic, isn't it? I don't suppose you have children, or if you did, you may at least have sent them to education of some sort.
I have many, many sons, but they have all been trained in the art of warfare.
Warfare requires a lot of thinking, such as math, calculating supplies, distances, numbers of people versus numbers of enemies. You gotta at least know a little math, right?
Scarlet, when you put it like that, I fear I may have failed my sons. In their enthusiasm to honor my name and their eager bloodlust, not one of them decided to sit down with a book and attempt the intellectual side of combat.
And this is why Scarlet has the greatest per capita of our three empires.
Quality over quantity.
It's getting dark and we have like at least 4 or 5 different basic needs we need to account for first.
We're working on it. Why do you think the beds just got burnt down? Let there be light.
One thing at a time. We're getting to that. I'm thinking something sustainable and renewable for the short term. Given the small scale of our structures, we don't need a lot. So I think a wind turbine would be enough.
But nuclear power is badass.
Long-term goals, okay? We have a more short-term goal right now. Just getting situated.
Now I see why it takes 100 hours just to complete one game. And if each hour requires 4 or 6 episodes...
Why are you doing more math?
Basically, it's gonna be an eternity for us to finish just one of our series.
It's already nighttime. Does this world have a 12-minute day cycle?
The Force works in very erratic ways from one part of space to another.
Look, I'm just saying some light would be nice.
We're working on it, one thing at a time. But that's why I am prioritizing steel. We're gonna need that for power generation.
At least the beds are almost done.
Does the bedroom really have to be little more than just a giant cardboard box?
We'll expand it as we go, but for now, anything is better than nothing.
Hold up, Scarlet. Go back there. I thought I saw your list of traits.
You can probably pause the video if you really want to analyze it. We've got too much to do to really focus on that. But for those of you watching, if you do study that list of traits, that's what I meant when I said the Colonel tried to make it as close as possible to what exactly we're like.
Practicing with rockets? How do you practice with rockets? That's too vague to make any sense.
Why, you just shoot them up into the sky and see what happens. It's not hard to watch and do stuff.
I'm getting sick and tired of punching wood all day and night. If we don't punch any Xeno scum soon, I'm gonna be out of here.
And I predict that will be the case.
I agree because it's very slow-paced.
This is like Minecraft all over again. I can't believe I had to sacrifice a whole continent's worth of people just for these few minutes.
Even I think you need a more sustainable source of powering your connection to the Nexus.
It's the grim darkness, Palpy. I can't do much better with the void non-stop breathing down my neck.
Different dimensions, different dilemmas. Am I right?
Yes! How do you keep everything so under control, Scarlet?
Because I have infinite wisdom. It's not magic, it's just common sense. Plus, attitude is everything.
Well, I'm going to head off and go to bed. See ya!
Yeah, me too. Good night, Palpy.
Good night, Scarlet. Good night, Palpy. Look at me. I can't even lay down a good pipe right. Where did it all go wrong in my life? I guess I need to go meditate and reflect on how I can better tutor my sons. My ranks are rife with stupidity and it is embarrassing. So back to the Golden Throne I venture.